Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick update on my experience with the Microsoft Surface Power Cover. Priced at $199.99, this latest addition to the cover family resembles the first gen type cover, but it is significantly thicker and heavier. In fact, it's almost the same size and weight as a 10-inch tablet that would be running a mobile OS. But that aside, it is, in my opinion, the best accessory money can buy for your Surface Pro 1, 2, or Surface 2. This unfortunately is not compatible with the original Surface RT. If you try to connect it, it will work, but it will just work as a keyboard. The actual battery function, which is what you're paying for after all with that $70 premium over the regular type cover, will not work with the original Surface tablet. So with compatibility out of the way, let's talk about what it's missing. It does not have a backlit keyboard capability here. So if you enjoy the Type Cover 2's backlit feature, this may be a game breaker, but I think for most of you out there that desire the battery life this is going to deliver, backlighting is really irrelevant. So let's talk about what you're going to legitimately get out of this keyboard and who it's right for. 3 hours of battery life is what I've been seeing with the Surface Pro 1 that it's connected to right now. And in my opinion, the Surface Pro 1 is going to receive the largest or greatest benefit from getting this accessory attached to it. The way it works with all of the Surface Pro as well as Surface 2 that it's compatible with, the different models, is that this will essentially discharge into the battery and recharge the battery of the Surface actively while you're using the device until it's officially depleted. And within Windows, it shows up as two separate batteries. This isn't a new concept for Windows. Sony, among many other manufacturers, have done extended or battery sheet type setups like this that end up showing up as multiple batteries. So this isn't a new concept, but Microsoft went with something that does work. And in terms of what you're going to net, again, with the Surface Pro 1, you're looking at a legit 3 hours. Of course, that will vary with actual usage, screen brightness, and how you're pushing the machine, whether we're talking about gaming, video editing, Photoshop, or just web browsing and email, or general media consumption. Those are all going to be different variables, factors in what you're going to get out of this battery. Microsoft says 60% improved battery life across all three models, but from what I've seen, you're not going to get as good a benefit with Surface Pro 2. Now, that has a lot to do with the fact that stock battery life on the original Surface that we're looking at here is more along the lines of 5 to 6 hours if you're very fortunate. So this keyboard really does bridge the gap between it and its successor, the Surface Pro 2, which gets more around the 7 to 8 hours of battery life out of the box that you will achieve with the power cover being attached to the Surface Pro first gen model. So clearly, the bigger benefit is in favor of Surface Pro 1 users over Surface Pro 2, in my opinion. But if you're a Surface Pro 2 owner and you do care about battery life and don't care, or at least the backlighting loss is a negligible one for you, then clearly pick this up because this is the best accessory that you can pick up. And I'll reiterate that over and over again because for $70 more, you're getting 2 to 3 hours at the very least of extra battery life. And even though it is thicker, this keyboard, and a little bit heavier, it still retains the form factor, the fit and finish, and functionality of what is still an unmatched product in the marketplace globally. So if you believe in Surface Pro, Surface, except for the original RT, of course, I think this is a must-have accessory, even at that expensive $199.99, which eventually will get discounted. In terms of keys and shortcuts, again, a mirror image from the first-gen type cover, and essentially you have controls to volume, media playback, search, Windows 8 hotkeys, and that's pretty much it. Beyond that, I can tell you that the keyboard works very well. The touchpad also is very functional. Pinch to zoom, believe it or not, multi-touch actually works, and those are all good things. Also, if you fold the keyboard back, which I'm going to do right now, let me go ahead and get rid of the kickstand, it is deactivated. This is something that isn't new to type cover technology, but something I want to point out for those of you unfamiliar. So as soon as you flip this back, the machine does intelligently recognize that you've done so, and as a result, any pressing of the keys on the back or touching of the touchpad does not do anything. Well, apparently the touchpad is responding there. So that's odd, because that is not the way it's supposed to work. Generally, that is deactivated. But there you go. It's the Bill Gates blue screen of death moment here in the demo. But I can assure you that's the first time I've seen that bug occur. I do also want to show you the battery. As I mentioned before, you can see we do have two batteries individually rated there. So 100% on battery 1, which is the, of course, internal battery on the Surface Pro, and then battery 2 is the power cover at 77%. And as I mentioned, it is actively discharging, or I should say recharging, the Surface Pro. Ironically, when you charge the device, it does it in the reverse fashion. I believe it charges the cover first and then the Surface Pro. Go figure, maybe it's just because it is a reserve battery. I'm not sure how that was determined, but that is what I have seen so far. Also, in my initial impressions, I was hanging the Surface Pro power cover, showing that the magnets couldn't hold up, but in fact, they can. That was user error on my half. I still don't recommend doing this, even though Microsoft loved to advertise that capability. I still don't think it's a very good idea. Also want to point out, like all covers, when you close this, eventually within 5 or 10 seconds, it is going to put the device to sleep. And you can see that has already happened. So hope this video has helped those of you curious about the power cover, whether or not it's right for you. The cloth finish does get dirty. It is going to wear, but that'll happen whether you go for the less expensive versions that don't give you the extra battery life, alongside, of course, that extra weight and thickness. But in my opinion, because it retains the form factor, and a perfect example is that I can fit this in gear bags that I can't fit alternatives that are just as powerful or even lower spec, that says it all. And the fact that now a Surface Pro 1 can get 7 to 8 hours of battery life, I think is clearly going to be worth it to just about every Surface Pro 1 user. Surface Pro 2 owners, it's really a matter of whether or not you need that extra juice. But in my opinion, I still would go for it, because for $70 more, you cannot go wrong. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.